New York City never truly slept, but mornings were when it pretended to be calm. At exactly 6:07 a.m., Emma Carter stepped onto the cracked sidewalk of Madison Avenue, holding a paper coffee cup she never finished. Steam rose gently into the winter air, fading as quickly as the breath she exhaled. She stood at the bus stop, same place, same time, every single day. Most people thought she was waiting for the M4 bus, heading downtown toward offices filled with glass walls and quiet desperation. But Emma wasn't going anywhere. She was waiting for someone. Jake used to meet her here every morning. Just for a minute, he would say, smiling like it was a silly habit. 1 minute before the day steals us, they'd stand together, him in his blue jacket, her hands tucked into his pockets, watching the city wake up. A shared silence. A shared breath. Then he'd wave and cross the street toward his car, always turning once more to look back. That was 2 years ago. The bus arrived, doors hissed open, people boarded. The driver glanced at Emma, then looked away. He had seen her too many times to ask questions. The bus left. Emma stayed. Jake Carter was the kind of man people trusted without knowing why. He wasn't loud, he wasn't dramatic, but when he spoke, people listened. Not because he demanded attention, but because he gave it. He worked as a civil engineer designing roads most people never thought about. Someone has to make sure the ground doesn't betray you, he once joked. He loved Sunday mornings, black coffee, and old vinyl records. He called his mother every Friday night and never missed a birthday. And he loved Emma like the world made sense when she was near. They met at a laundromat in Brooklyn during a power outage. She had laughed when he offered her a flashlight like it was a grand romantic gesture. Guess this means we're married now, he said. She laughed harder than she had in years. They married 3 years later in a small ceremony by the Hudson River. Nothing fancy, just promises whispered into the wind. Jake promised he would always come home. The night Jake died, Emma cooked his favorite meal. Chicken parmesan, extra cheese, garlic bread slightly burnt on one side, just the way he liked it. She set the table for two. At 7:42 p.m., her phone buzzed. Running late, traffic's insane. Don't eat without me. She smiled and replied, I'd never. The food went cold. At 9:11 p.m., the knock came. Not the knock she knew. Not the casual rhythm Jake used. This knock was heavy, official, final. 2 police officers stood at the door. Emma noticed small details later. The scuffed boots, the woman officer's trembling hands, the way the man avoided eye contact. Ma'am, are you Emma Carter? Time slowed. Yes, I'm sorry. There's been an accident. She waited for the rest. The part where he walked in embarrassed and apologetic. The part where this was all a mistake. But there was no mistake. A drunk driver had run a red light on 5th Avenue. Jake's car never stood a chance. Grief didn't arrive like a storm. It arrived like fog. At first, Emma functioned. She signed papers, she answered questions, she hugged people she barely recognized. Then the fog thickened. Friends said, let me know if you need anything, and slowly stopped calling. Co-workers avoided her eyes. The city kept moving. Jake's clothes stayed in the closet. His toothbrush stayed by the sink. Emma slept on her side of the bed, leaving space beside her untouched. At night, she replayed his last voicemail. Hey, Em, traffic's bad, but I'm almost there. Save me a smile. She saved it, every time. The first morning she went to the bus stop without him. She didn't realize what she was doing. Her body just went there. She stood where he used to stand, looked at the street he used to cross. People passed. Life passed. She waited. Minutes turned into an hour. When she finally left, something inside her felt heavier, but also strangely calmer. So she came back the next day, and the next. The bus stop became the only place where time didn't move forward. One morning, a teenage boy sat beside her. He had a worn backpack and tired eyes. Are you waiting for someone? He asked. Emma nodded. So am I, he said. His mother worked 2 jobs. She was always late. Sometimes she didn't come at all. They sat in silence. When the bus arrived, the boy stood. She'll come tomorrow, he said. More to himself than to Emma. Emma watched him leave. She wondered when she had stopped believing that.